Yo, 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 welcome back to the Daily Bread Culture. It's me, myself, checking into the building. Adolphus Savage, kicking it with the homie. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Y'all already know who he is.
You already know it's Ron, Classic 904. We just two dope niggas in a goddamn Pinto hustling for that rent though.
Hey, amen to that. Hallelujah.
Can I get an
So,
amen?
so I wanted to kick it off today with a topic that is really prevalent, not so much of when we were younger, but nowadays is really prevalent. What I wanted to bring um, to the podium, to the pulpit today
Well,
was
well.
mm-hmm, I wanted to go ahead and bring to you guys relationships, dating in 2017. So how I want to get it started.
Take your time, take your time.
Take your time. I'm gonna go ahead. Want to go ahead and talk about your social media dating. Plenty of Fish, Tinder, if you're a little freak, online booty call, Black People Meet if you're colored like myself. What is that other one? Oh, Soul Swipe is the other black one. So with those nowadays, a lot of people are using these type of avenues to meet people online, to date people. What I want to kick to you guys today, as far as from a knowledge perspective, is be really careful for catfishes, for setups, things of that nature, because I mean, it's actually really dangerous out here. Let me give some quick examples. One day, this was a few years ago before I got in the current relationship I'm in, I was just on Tagged. And to me, Tagged, if you've never been on Tagged is like the worst of the worst. It's like, well, it's not Backpage, but it's Slumlords USA. Basically, you have just a bunch of the most ratchetest females, bots, a bunch of foreigners, transvestites. Like, it is just really bad. And you'll be on there, and like, what I've learned is when you're online, if anybody's being a little too freaky, it's probably a dude. And so you really have to be well versed and have a lot of knowledge to not fall for these traps. I mean, like, and what they'll do, like where I work, I go through like the hood part of town. You'll mess around and just see, like, the she-males just walking up and down the street casually, wearing absurd outfits and stuff like that. So I want to kick it off first with saying, be careful for transvestites, because they are out there for transgender. And I mean, I have no issue with them, but I don't like that shit. Don't like chicks with dicks or anything like that. So it was on Tag, and you'll see somebody say, hey, looking to suck some dick tonight or whatever. And you're just like, wow, what the fuck? So anyway, and of course, a bunch of people that'll fall for it. Some people will come and roast other people and, hey, man, that's a dude, you're gay, blah, blah, blah. And, some of these foreigners, they don't even care. I mean, as long as it's got a hole, they don't care. And, I mean, it's the truth. It's a nasty world that we live in. So from Tag, you upgrade a little bit. Now, I will say Plenty of Fish is definitely an upgrade from Tag. The thing that I've heard, and I would of course love to have a female guest on to speak more freely about it from their perspective, but I do have a lot of female colleagues and associates that have told me basically Plenty of Fish should just be called Plenty of Dick Pics, because it's all you pretty much see. It's just thirst, random dick pics, wild shit. So it's really hard for them to comb through and actually find a good guy. And I remember I actually had a friend, I'm not going to put him on blast. And this nigga went on, like, for the Plenty of Fish, they have a section called like intimate encounters or something. Now, if you click on that, then it flags you to all the ladies if that's what you're looking for. And so he got mad because then after that, like, a lot of girls, they'll have that shit just blocked. So he was unable to see anybody. So Plenty of Fish, It's a little better. Don't really fuck with it. The best I've used is Tinder, and Soul Swipe is like the black Tinder, but people don't use it as much. But Tinder's kind of lit. But you still got to look for the same thing because just like your back page, just like your tag, you got to look out for people trying to set you up. I mean, there's been so many times I've turned to something like a Snapped, and you'll see where people are meeting up through these online dating sites, getting robbed, getting everything taken from them, and even so far as to being murdered. I mean, whether it be an accident or they just went too far, you really have to just be aware of what's going on. I once knew someone, and I'm not going to put them on blast either, then they probably won't even like the show because they're really, really deep into the church, and we're kind of being blasphemous if you believe in that. But we'll get to that later. So have a friend that actually met a guy and, you know, started a long relationship with the guy off of Craigslist. And I remember, like, this person was so embarrassed to tell people that they met someone off of Craigslist on an intimate encounter type of thing. But I mean, you never know where you can find love. But for me, I'd much rather be, you know, at my local neighborhood Food Lion or Walmart or wherever, meet a girl a little bit more of the old fashioned way than to try the online dating thing. But that's just like a quick tidbit of what I wanted to get into. I'm going to pass it over to Rev Ron, but not the Run, and let him go and kick it out.
All right. Now, unfortunately, I'm not versed in the online dating. Hold on a second, preacher. I gotta get this out. I'm not well versed in this particular thing here, but I do see a lot. And let me just go and let me stop playing around with y'all. But no, I really do see a lot, man. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how huge this whole online dating phenomenon was. I always thought the shit was a joke. I didn't really know people was meeting people offline.
Yeah.
I really didn't know like that people really did that until like you start hearing about it. You know, with some of the management stuff that I've done in previous years and still kind of currently do. A lot of the females we work with, just with even Instagram, they always talk about how randomly, like every other inbox, if they decide to open up the direct message, is a dick pic, a dick pic, a dick pic. Like, and I'm like, well, damn. And so when you think about it, we didn't have this when we was getting older. You know, of course, like when I met my wife, I'm married, so Facebook was just starting to grow. You know, Facebook was not the strong dominant thing. Everything was MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, everything was fairly new. It wasn't like how it is now. I guess it's very common to meet people online. But I mean, shit, you really don't know these people. That's what's so funny. A lot of people say pictures worth 1,000 words. I guess they are, but also they lie. You know, like
they do.
People can make themselves look like something totally different than what they really are in real life. Like, you know, the flexing is so high, it's not even funny. Like, girls will look like one thing online. Like I said, we, you know, man's models. So girls will give us pictures of themselves. Of course, they're going to give us their best pictures. And then, you know, they going to angle, they twerking their body a certain way so the picture can look like something. And then when you meet them in person, then they, you know, don't look how they say they look. They might look like the snowman when you go goddamn meet.
Hey, when you meet them in person, you like, well, all the persons. That's how it be.
You know what I'm saying? You finally see them and it's like, well, damn, this ain't what I remember seeing. And so I can only imagine, I can only fathom how it is for people that go online and try to do the dating thing, trying to hook up. I mean, we had the chat line. Let's rewind the tape.
Oh shoot, yeah.
We had the chat line. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was coming up, we had the chat line. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we'll get on there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl, you want to go private? You know? So
yeah. A little bit go private. We didn't say that back then, but yeah.
Yeah, get on there and rank. You know what I'm saying? We have rank sessions. For some people, they call it roast sessions. So we'll go on there. We'll be ranking on people. You know what I'm saying? Clowning, doing dumb shit. But even that was a joke. That we never took that serious to where okay, I'm gonna really meet these motherfuckers like this girl off the chat line. So it's like now I guess the chat line is direct messaging and plenty of fish POF, which to me is plenty of fuckery from what you explained.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to even find love or find a girl through these sites. I mean, shit, we in the microwave society, so I guess hopping in DMs like getting a little quick hot pocket instead of a quick meal, man. You just go and throw your number out there. I guess if you do 10 numbers a day and they all look bad and shit, if they start biting back, and if that's really them, I guess you might wind up with you a nice one day. But I mean, shit. We used to have to go walk around with a piece of paper and a pen in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to them days?
That little black book, shoe.
Yeah, goddamn, the little calculator that you know what I'm saying? That, it was like a little Rolodex almost. You ever had the little calculator?
I had the little Rolodex, the Holodex, as Ludacris said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these little motherfuckers, man, they goddamn, hey, what's your Instagram? What's your Snapchat? You know what I'm saying? So, I guess the times have just been changed with that online loving, man.
You're right. And see, the thing with the Instagram, the Snapchat, or anything like those, even a Twitter, is you can ask for that, and it's a non-personal way to get to know someone. Like, instead of now you come across as weird if you're like, hey, yo, let me get your number. They're like, whoa, I don't know you, dude. Take my my Instagram. You can just shoot me a DM. And so things have changed because, of course, then they have the ability to easily block you if they don't like you or whatever. But yeah, the game has definitely changed from back then in the MySpace days, and it's actually pretty remarkable because I actually still consider us, to be pretty young adults. And you just look around, you're like, dang, man, how has the world changed? Like with the Plenty of Fish and with some of the other different things such as a Tinder and things like that. I will say, like from the Plenty of Fish, man, ran into a catfish so bad. The thing with this girl was it was her that the pictures were, but she was taking new pictures on her phone of her old pictures in her old cell phone. And so I pull up on the girl, I think we had a date at Starbucks or whatever. And then we was going to go to the park, and it's like she stepped in and she had put on a lot of weight. Like, she sent me the picture, man, she was slim, trim, probably a good like 120, maybe 115. And then when she got there, she was over 200, which, I don't discriminate against anybody. We like what we like. But my thing was, why are you going to send me this old picture? So I'm expecting, this young, super perky, fine little sister type of deal, like, hey, little snack. And, you pull up and it's Thanksgiving. And which is nothing wrong with it, but it was just odd. Like, wow, man, I actually got catfish. Like,
let me interject just for a second. I think whenever you seen that, I think you should have been able to take her to court and sue her for false advertisement.
Hey, I thought about it because she deserved it.
Yeah, she did not update her picture. I think that's false advertisement. I think we need to get like a board or something like me. Maybe I should start that shit. And you know what I'm saying? If you false advertising on social media, we should have ways of penalizing. Maybe we have like the death penalty. You can't come back on Instagram for like a year, 2 years, or have it like tears or something. Ban these motherfuckers that doing this old bullshit. But you putting false advertising out there, you gotta get some consequences to be paid on that.
Yeah, you should. And like I said, it was still her, but my whole thing is, I'm like, dang, if you lie about something so simple like that, what else would you lie about? So needless to say, that was our last day. And she actually was a cool person. I just felt
she might have a third leg, you know what I'm saying? She lied about what she looked like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't down with the third leg deal. So yeah, definitely. I, I was done after that. So, I mean, what we're basically just trying to say is like you definitely have to look out for what is going on nowadays, especially being on the social media tip. Like it's just so much you have to filter through. And I mean, it's to the point where I have to be brutally honest with you, my dog. If someone, I don't think it's any way that I would even like what I want to do in life. I don't think it's a way that I could truly ever really be fully single again. Like the last few years, I've been doing the online dating, I've been doing the dating in person, the dating through people, dating through friends or whatever. And man, life is just so hard. I mean, with the online dating, the good thing is you're going to have a lot of volume. So I was
Yeah.
able to meet a lot of different women. Got a lot of
Quicker.
different stories. What'd you say?
A lot quicker. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like real quick. And then shoot, if you got some little paper and a little game, man, you can get up them dates real fast. And then
man,
shoot, you gonna shoot your shot, and it is what it is.
man.
But it's like,
Pulling up from 40 out here,
hey,
man.
pulling up from 40 or 50. We going half court. But
Goddamn Splash Brothers out here, huh?
yeah, hey, hey, Splash Brothers 2.0. But my thing is when you're in that game and in that realm, you have to wonder, okay, how many other niggas are targeting her on the same thing? How many other niggas is shooting their shots? Is sending pictures, caking, saying what you want to say. And I remember I had a conversation with my father, who, I mean, and thank God that I do got a father, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of little game that they can peep you on that you may not otherwise be privy to having. So he was telling me that really the younger dudes of this generation are really messing things up for the men in general, because there's so many people with the shoot your shot mentality. So I'm gonna give you an example. I'm a young dude. I'm 2021. I'm single. I could be like, dang man, I got to get me something tonight. So I'm finna hit up all these different females. I don't care how they look, this and this and that, the education level. And essentially what they do is they tell every girl, hey, beautiful, send every girl the good morning text. Everybody's getting special benefits out of the deal that normally they wouldn't get 10, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, because of the shoot your shot mentality. Hey, might as well go for the Hail Mary. It's easier to maybe hit the Hail Mary and score rather than to run 2-3 yards at a time. So I think that is something that's really hurting the dating game, because like what he was saying is it's even to a point where dudes are so dirty, they'll take advantage of a special needs girl. Like
Yeah.
they low down, they trying to shoot their shot. So they'll go in there, or they may find a girl that may be a 4 on the Richter scale out of 10, but you hyping her head up. Oh yeah, you beautiful, you fine as fuck, blah blah blah. And honestly, I know we all see it on Facebook. We all see thirsty dudes on posts. And like sometimes I'll be like, bruh, you straight wilding. They don't care because they're doing whatever they can do to get in them draws. These new age niggas, and I'm not just talking about the young people, I'm talking about these new age nigga mentalities, this microwave society, hot pockets, thought pockets. They are shooting their shots any way they can because they trying to get that pussy. They trying to get in some ass. They don't even care. And it's a sad state of affairs that we live in, man. I remember a couple of years after I got out of school, man, it was some very known dudes at my school that I went to. They was like supposed to be kind of hoodish or whatever. And yeah, they supposed to be kind of hoodish. And I know like me and some of my homeboys, we look at some of the girls they targeted. And it's just like, bruh, really? Like, nigga, that's what going after. But they didn't care because their mentality was, if it's a hole, I'm gonna put my dick in it. And this is the type of mentality that runs rampant amongst people now. And I'm gonna tell another story here. Now, this has nothing to do with the online dating, but I even heard that these two niggas that was supposed to be your more hood niggas actually had sex with a gay dude. Like used to sneak
But
in the dudes' windows and have sex with gay dudes.
nah,
And now I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because maybe we have like a jilted lover type of thing. The gay dude could have just liked one of the dudes and spread rumors on the two. I don't know, but those are some serious accusations. But as I look at their portfolio or catalog of women, it's not out of the realm of possibility because once again, you got these niggas that are just trying to get in anything. What are your thoughts on that?
man. Well, here's how I feel on that. Like, when it come down to that, yeah, a lot of these guys like going back to double back on what your dad said as far as what the guys are doing with the good morning text and all that. Now, unfortunately, I mean, they are messing up the game. But I mean, it's so many. It's always gonna be somebody messing up the game in some, form of fashion for everybody else. But you got to still go by the old saying: if it seems to be too good to be true, then it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, the ideal man ain't gonna just, pop up out of nowhere and want to take care of you, within an hour of meeting you or a day of meeting you and talking to you on the phone and romancing you or direct messaging you. I guess is how it goes now. But
Mm-hmm.
now, as far as the craziness of what you were saying about that, the whole hood dudes messing around with these gay guys, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility because if say if they hood to the point where they've been locked up a bunch of times. See,
Mm.
those type of cats, they come out acting tough, but they was probably bitches inside the prison. They probably
Life
been there
behind the wall. Yeah.
getting that getting that wolf pussy. That's what they call that. You know what I'm saying? In prison, from what I understand. So they come out, they still got that same mentality, but they ain't, they not letting nobody know this shit. So of course they trying to sneak around and messing around with the dudes. See, my cousin, she put me on game about that years ago.
Mm.
Um, there's a little story that was going on around this city. Some of them guys running around in them cars. You remember when them Chevys? Everybody had the Chevys with the like Coors Light or just what major brands on, like look like race cars.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying the Coors Light guy or whoever, but some of the guys that was out there was messing around with some of them punks. Excuse me if that's not the direct term that you're supposed to use, but goddamn it, I'm not, so educated where I know what the proper term to tell y'all. But basically it was a gay dude that did hair with her and was explaining to her how he was able to name all these guys off by the car. And all of them were dope boys, street niggas, and they was picking them up, smashing them, and then they'll dropping them right on off. So kind of what you was talking about earlier in the conversation about how they, I guess, be prostituting themselves out on the north side of town, east side of town. Like these are more ghetto areas. Um, yeah, that shit does go on, and unfortunately, you got your pretty girls that love dope boys. I get pretty girls like trap music, but also these trap dudes also be in the closet, and so
Mm-hmm.
these pretty girls are getting messed around with these dope boys who got that secret. You know what I'm saying? So not only Victoria got a secret, these dope boys do too sometimes. And so that's how that
Mm.
age gets passed around, that secret sauce that nobody wants. Um,
Hell nah. Nigga don't want that secret sauce.
Not at all. So, you know, unfortunately, it's a gift and a curse when it comes down to, messing with people that you hardly know. This microwave society that we like to call it. Messing around with somebody that you just met that's too good to be true. So yeah, I feel all kinds of ways about it. So we used to take our time and know girls. Shit, it started with a piece of paper, check yes or no. Can I get your phone number? Girl, hold your hand. You get the hug. You got the kiss. Then you got the draws. Like 9 day shit. They skip past go and they already at home base. You know what I'm saying? And shit, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that come with a consequence because you ain't know who you was messing around with. Shout out to the media, social medias, and the quick process of everything. You know, of everything now. You know, it's just not always something good. So honestly, my view on that, yeah, it's pretty cool that you can easily holler at a girl, but sometimes you still need to take the long approach to make sure that you messing around with something that's worth your while.
I agree with you on that one, man. Definitely. I definitely agree with you on that. Sometimes we do have to take it slow, like John Legend said.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I just look at it from even the story that you tell, man. It kind of does really coincide with what we see now in today's society, man. Honestly, I'm almost willing to bet, man, in 20, 25 years, your standard monogamous relationship will probably be over. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of different people that are just willing to accept anything, man. You know, like being at some of my jobs and different things and just different people that I've met in life, man. It is a large group of young people that are now like young women that have either tried to date women already or do date women already. And you have a lot of women now that are cool with threesomes. You have a lot of women now that are cool with being side chicks. You have a lot of dudes that are cool with being side dudes and scheming and plotting or it's like almost like we're really the last of a dying breed, the 80s babies. Like we're the
Mm-hmm.
last ones that was raised right. I mean, it's some people, it's some that have drifted on through the 90s. And hey, maybe some of our kids will be instilled with some of the values that we've had. But it's truly like crazy when you sit there and think about it. Like, I know a lot of people that ask that question a lot on Twitter. Like, you know, I know people on my Facebook that are cool and comfortable with being side girls. I remember I had a conversation with a girl. This was, I'd say, it's relatively recent, and man, she was stunning. Like she got a lot going for her. She looked good, good woman. And okay, I don't want to come across as being an asshole here.
Hey, come across as being an asshole. Why not?
Yeah, you know I'm a savage. Date a nigga in a wheelchair, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Right.
wrong being in a wheelchair. Things happen. The nigga in the wheelchair cheated on her. And she was
Goddamn.
so torn, and it's a well-known person from the city where you at. She was so torn by this, and I'm like, okay, first of all, you look a little too good to be with this dude anyway.
Mm.
And you know, it's just I'm like, bruh, if you're in a wheelchair, you should have you should be a little bit more empathetic and sympathetic for a woman that's even willing to be with you, let alone to go out there and try to dog her out and cheat on her. Like, come on. And this dude, I actually used to work with him. He's done this before. Like he's done this to another girl that I know. And I'll be sitting here like, well, damn, do y'all hoes y'all just want any nigga? Like, is
Yeah.
that what we doing now? Like,
Maybe she wanted that SSI check.
could have wanted the SSI check. You're right.
Well, if she wanted to get her revenge, she could have took that nigga to something busy and then probably took the battery out of his wheelchair and just left him
Yeah, you're right. She could have
there.
threw some water on the joystick or something to get the nigga out the way. But I'm just like, wow, you're too beautiful. You got too much going on with you to be struggling to find a nigga.
You want to know something, man? You said something that struck a chord. Just be like, you know what, man? I'm starting to realize there's a lot of dumb, fine ass women out here in this world, man. A lot of dumb ass, fine women, and I
It
think
is.
you know what's crazy? I think because they find they get a pass too much. And I'm like, man, these motherfuckers dumb.
They
Like
do the dumbest shit.
you will sit here and you just be like, how the fuck? Like you went to school? Like, what did you do with your life? Like, you'll be really sitting there like, man, I know why you got by, because you look good. So that shit just, let's be honest with you. It could be the most ballingest motherfucker in the world. And he can meet the dumbest bird in the world. She probably don't even know her fucking ABCs. If she bad as a motherfucker, she gonna wind up being straight. She gonna always get through in life. But it's crazy how many women out here is dumb and really are kind of special. They don't really, you know what I'm saying? They hurting up top. Like,
they hurting in the head. And the social media dating isn't making it any better. Like, you just brought a point up with the dumb stuff. I remember when I was much younger, I think I first met the girl in 6th grade. This is when I was in Mississippi, and I moved back into 9th grade. It's a girl named India Campbell. Now it was India and Dana, but India is the one I'm talking about. Dana, you were straight. If you ever hear this. India, though, was slow. Real dumb. Dumb as a sack of bricks. No one ever knew she was actually in ESE classes. No one ever knew she was dumb. The reason why, because she didn't speak that often, and she was so damn fine that they gave her the pass. Now, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where she got at now, but I'm sure if you was a pretty, a little nigga with some money, shoot, you pick her up. She's quiet. She's probably humble. She's dumb as a sack of bricks. Probably do whatever the nastiest things of your dreams that you want her to do. But she was dumb.
That's another thing right there. Stop right there. You know what's crazy? A girl can have a special girl or a guy. They can be special needs like a motherfucker. But you know what's fucking crazy? How come all of them know how to fuck?
Hey, and they know how to do it well. I don't know where they learned this shit from.
You're like, how this motherfucker got a baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's crazy? I'm like, it was this girl I could see on riding around in the city, man. And I knew for a fact that girl had, like, mental issues or whatnot. This damn girl has a baby. So, like, and one time I seen her walking down the road. She had to. All right. Excuse me, y'all, for my non-political correctness on this one. You know what Pinky said? You hit the little motherfucker with the fucked up walk. Like, nigga, she had the fucked up walk, bro. Like, she really had the fucked up walk. She was, little red thing, and you could tell in her face. Like, when you look at her, you already knew what time it was. And then the walk. Motherfucker was running trains on this girl. Like, and I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, dog, y'all niggas low. Y'all low as fuck. Y'all niggas, like, dog, y'all all need to have a special needs child just for that bullshit. Like, for real, a daughter too, not a son, a daughter. Like, that's some fucked up shit.
Hey, that is truly fucked up. But you know what? The thing, like I said, and this ties back into the conversation that we're having. Niggas will take advantage of whatever, as long as you got a hole to put it in. They will take advantage of it.
Ain't enough holes in the world, man. I'm good. Like,
yeah, to sit here and know that I'm messing with a girl and it's nothing against people with special needs. I love y'all, but I couldn't sleep at night knowing I'm taking advantage of a person like that. I remember, and this actually ties back into the Plenty of Fish thing. No, actually, it's not. This was straight up Facebook. I remember I got a friend request maybe 2 years ago, tops. And it was a girl that lived, it wasn't St. Augustine. It was one of them little towns around Jacksonville. Hit me up, and she was like, yeah, you seem like a nice man, blah, blah, blah. She was just talking. And I was like, okay, and then I like, for me, I start to examine stuff really quick, because if you have flaws or weakness, I could pick it out relatively quick. So it got to a point where, and I think she worked at Publix, and, she like kind of came pretty quickly with the whole, yeah, I've never been a man, I'm a virgin thing, all that stuff. So then we started talking, and she, talked about like her life, her come up, her struggles. And it had come to find out that she with special needs, I pumped the brakes immediately. Now, first off, I wasn't interested in dating anybody long distance. Definitely in a part of Florida I don't know anyway. But as soon as she said that, I was like, no, 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 no. I'm gonna have to slow this down. This girl, even before I decided to slow it down like that, because what I was gonna do, I was gonna let her go easily. Or maybe just convert her into a friend. Hey, I live a long way. My bad. I know we got a couple common friends. I moved away from Jax a while ago, blah, 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 but I'm not in Jax.
Yeah.
This girl, I did something like small. It wasn't even nothing that any normal person would trip on. And she tripped so hard about something so small. And I was like, you know what? This girl's fucking crazy.
Man, so hold on. So Henny Given Sunday. On a Henny Given Sunday, you toe back, man. Henny Given Sunday now. This girl done called your ass up. It's the fourth quarter. You riding around, you can hear the damn NFL film. Adolphus Savage steps back. You mean to tell me she get that phone call? Phone rings. Ring, ring, ring. It's old girl. Are you gonna do it?
If I know that she's slow, no, I'm not gonna take advantage, because my thing is knowing some people that are special needs and interacting with people.
So you want the SSI check, man? Like,
no, I don't need the SSI check. I don't need that on my conscience, man. I just nah. But I try not to be mean to them. Yeah. Because sometimes they just don't really understand. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, some of them, like I have a friend who's special needs, and me and you, we've talked off the wire about this. He still functions like a normal person. You have to really get to know him to know that he's slow. But yeah, they do. But I'm not taking advantage of that, because first of all, you never know what their mental makeup is. You don't know what they're going through. I mean, it wouldn't be anything. I mean, like I said, it's not like I'm talking about someone who is wheelchair bound, someone who can't talk or whatever. Yeah. I'm talking about like just a person that's just a little slower than others. Yeah. I mean, they can still function, but my whole thing is I don't want to take advantage of anyone, because I would hate for someone to take advantage of someone I love or me. Damn. And maybe that's what makes me not as much of a savage as I could be, because I know some savages that will. They're going to shoot their shot.
Nigga, yeah, they're busting that bitch playing Savage Life. Tell me what you know about me.
Hey, W-E-B-B-I. Yeah, but not me, though.
Yeah, but I mean, what's crazy, man? I had a friend, man, a neighborhood friend. I won't say one of the friends I always kicked with all the time. His mama, like, everybody, thought his mama was a nice piece of work. But I always kind of sat back and just kind of listened to her talk. And I'm just like, man, she don't sound right. Like, she didn't, like, it was like, man, like certain things, like, it's just certain things when she had a conversation with you. Mothers might say me, like, what I'm saying? Because they might hear my southern drawl and the way I say shit, but no, nigga, when you hear somebody who just, like, not home upstairs or not the brightest crayon in the box or the elevator don't stop, top floor. Her shit was, like, stopping, like, on the second floor, really midway through that bitch, like, and what's crazy is, man, like, this lady here got she was fine. Like, she was a fine lady. Like, she was a real pretty lady. And it's like, man, like, she was cheating on her husband, bro. Like, had a side nigga, got divorced. She got the house, of course. You know how that goes. You get to the courtroom. Mm-hmm. So some of these SSI chicks out here winning, man. These motherfuckers, shit. They gonna have more. And shit, if we keep this shit going, working this shit, nigga, they gonna have more than us. They gonna be like this motherfucker with houses and cars and all type of shit. Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, find crazy chicks out here winning out here, man. That might be a shirt. Find crazy bitches winning.
Hey, it seems like they are. It seems like they are. But like I said, I ain't taking advantage of none of that, man. I'd rather live in good conscience.
Yeah, my cousin's clean. I'm married. I'm good, man. But it's wild when you think about it, though, man. Like some of the shit that's happening. Like but I mean, long story short, about anything dealing with these women, man. I mean, like the late great, not like great, but my current barber told me, man, hoes come and go like parking spaces, man. But a
Mm-hmm.
good woman, they'll last forever. So if you find one good, they'll stick around, and they'll come and go just like these damn parking spaces when you're at a damn Walmart.
Mm. That's an accurate statement, man. Shout out to the barber.
You already know Drew Down. You know what I'm saying? 20 years in. But seriously speaking, man, like let's keep going in on this social media thing. Like I'm having a ball talking about it. Uh, one of the things also I want to talk about is the social preachers. Like, have you ever noticed, man? You go on Facebook, it just be motherfuckers on that bitch, like church diet. Like they just be on that kind of preaching, like, and they be trying to make you feel better. Like, I just want to thank God, who the head of my life. And then you'll turn around and they'll be doing the most sinful shit the next day. Like, have you ever noticed that? Then they be want to preach on your timeline. Every other post they put in goddamn Psalms, something. They always put the same few shit, Psalms on there, Psalms, and what's another one that you always see, Genesis or some shit. You'll see the same, post.
Deuteronomy, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all niggas be killing me, man. Like, they might well call it Facebook Baptist or something like this. Nah, damn, some days I get on that shit out of me. I'm like, dog, don't preach to me, man. And they do all that shit, man. They be just living their lives the total opposite of the way that Bible said they're supposed to be living.
Man, I can go on and on and on that subject because it's been so many times that has come up. But I'm not gonna do it right now. What I'm gonna do is y'all tune in to Daily Bread chapter 6, and I give you my thoughts on these Facebook preachers. How about that?
All right, we'll go in on that. We'll say that we'll spare them.
Yeah, we're gonna spare them right there. Y'all tune into the very next episode is coming right up, and we'll get in on these Facebook preachers, Facebook Baptist Church.
Yeah, Twitter Baptist, Facebook Baptist, goddamn Snapchat Pentecostal, all that shit.
Yeah. So anyway, this is Adolphus Savage. You can underscore me on a couple of the different things, and I'm gonna be out for the Daily Bread Culture.
All right, well, this is me, Ron, Classic 904. One of the realest niggas in it, you already know. Got trapped the year 4 times in a row.
Whoop, what they kill you?
You know what I'm saying? But y'all hit me up, man. Snapchat, snapping ass Ron. I'm on the Snapchat. I'm boring as fuck. I'm still trying to get used to it. So
yeah, me too, man. I'm getting old.
Part of my oldness. Hit me up on the what is that shit? Instagram. Instaface, as Bill Belichick call it. Instagram Classic CLASSICK 904. And also Facebook me, Ron Howard II. 2 capital I's for you dumb fucks that's roaming these streets.
Hell to the yes. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all on the next episode, episode 6. We out.